guys, welcome to lesson 69. We are learning about lengths of segments and complementary, and supplementary angles. So this is one of my favorite things to do. I love them. So I'm going to start at page 364. Okay, if you want to follow along with me in your book. It says letters are often used to designate points. Recall that we may use 2 points to identify a line, a ray, or a segment. We show a line that passes through points A and B, and this line is referred to as line AB or line BA. Doesn't matter which order it is, it's still the same line. And we abbreviate this. Remember how we abbreviate line and segment and ray? Well, this is line AB or BA, but I'm going to say AB. And the little symbol that goes above is exactly the 2 arrows that go infinite, right? Because a line goes infinite in one direction and infinite in the other direction. So this is the symbol for when you want to say line AB. You just draw the little arrow instead of saying line AB. You could just say AB line, and you're done. Little shortcut. Okay, and then the ray that begins at point A and passes through point B is a ray AB. So the ray starts here and passes through B, and that's a ray. Do you remember the symbol for ray? Remember it was like a sun with the sunbeams shining down? So it's a, how do they have it here? Is it just, you don't have to put your dot, I guess it just goes, I always go like this and say, there's the sun, and then the ray beams are going that way. But in the book, it just has a little line with the arrow on one side. Okay? And then what it say? And it says the portion of the line AB between and including points A and B is segment AB, or segment BA, which also can be abbreviated as what? If we want to abbreviate it and say, instead of spelling out segment AB, we just say lines, just the lines between the points. Okay? So we have line AB, ray AB, and segment AB. All right? Erase those. Then what does it say? And it says in the figure below, right here, do you see my figure below? I'll erase this so we don't get confused. We have our W, X, and Y. It says we can identify 3 segments. We can identify WX, segment WX. We can identify segment XY, and we can identify segment WY. So we have this segment, and this big old segment. Okay? The length of WX plus the length of XY equals WY. That makes sense, right? This plus this equals all of it. Yeah? That makes sense to me too. Okay, go to the next page. It says an example. This figure, we're going to erase our W's and put in our L and our M and our N. Okay? So the length, in this figure, the length of LM, so LM, is 4 centimeters. So I'm going to say 4 centimeters just between L and M. And the length of LN is 9 centimeters. So LN, the whole thing, from here to here, is how much? 9? 9 centimeters. So what do? What is the length of MN? So we don't know what this is. I'm just going to put an X. It's my favorite letter. It's a missing letter problem. Okay? So 4 plus this, which we don't know, we'll say X, equals the whole thing equals 9. So this is just like a missing letter problem. So 4 plus what equals 9? Can you count up? Or do you know what 4 plus something? 4 plus something is 9. Do you know what that is? Or you could say 9 minus the number we know, 4, equals what? 5 plus 4 is 9. So we know that X equals 5 because 4 plus 5 equals 9. Easy peasy? And we have to remember if we put centimeters. We always remember that. Easy peasy. Okay, what does it ask us next? See what our next example says. That's it. That's all the examples it gives you. So I guess it wasn't too hard, huh? If you need more examples, just either call me or just rewind it and we'll do it again. Okay? Or else I can do one for you. If this one is 8 centimeters and LN, so if MN equals 8 centimeters and LN, the whole segment, equals 16 centimeters, then what is LM? You know? Well, let's see. If the whole thing is 16 centimeters, and we know that this part's 8, 8 plus what? It should be less because this looks like less. It doesn't look like half. Or I'll just move M. Sorry, I'm a stickler. Stickler. There, that looks like more half. Oh, I just think I just gave you the answer. So 8 plus what equals 16? 8 plus 8. Yeah, looks like it. 8 plus 8 is 16. Okay? You can make up your own problems. They're kind of fun. See if your mom knows how to do it. See if your daddy knows how to do it. See if your brother maybe knows how to do it. Get some practice problems there. Okay? So now I think we move on to complementary angles and supplementary angles. Supplementary, complementary. Okay, first one is complementary angles. Are two angles whose measures total 90 degrees. You know what 90 degrees looks like? Easy. Remember, a perfect square. This forms a perfect square, and it's 90 degrees. Right? Straight up, straight across. 90 degrees. So two angles whose measures equal 90 degrees. In the figure below, so let's write the figure below. Just so that we have the same thing. We have 90 degrees this way. We have it exactly up that way. And this one is R. This one is S. And this one is what? P. And the vertex is Q. Okay. Oh. Then we have this, and then this. It looks like this. With an A, a C, and a B. Okay? Then we have this kind of angle, this angle, and this angle. Okay, so it says in the figure below, angle PQR. Okay, so angle PQR. So this angle, PQR, is, PQR and RQS are complementary angles. So PQR and, how do they say it? RQS are complementary angles because these two angles added together equals 90 degrees. So they're complementary. Okay, that's easy. So what else? It says in the figure to the right, angle A and B are complementary angles. Because, this is 90 degrees, and this is 30 degrees, and this is a 60 degree angle. And 60 plus 30 is 90. See that? Even though this right here is 90 by itself, the complementary angles are two angles added together to equal 90. So 60 degrees and 30 degrees, those are complementary angles because 60 plus 30 is 90. So that's a little weird, but more practice will get it. Okay? So they're just giving you two examples of how those two angles equal 90 degrees. Okay? What does it say next? We say that the A is a complement of B and the B is a complement of A. Okay? Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures total 180 degrees. Do you know what 180 degrees is? This whole thing is 180 degrees because there's 90 and there's 90 and 90 plus 90 is 180, right? So the whole straight thing, all of it is 180 degrees. Okay. Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures total 180 degrees. So they have a little bit different than mine. They have it going up a little bit this way. Okay? And then this is being called angle 1 and this is being called angle 2. Okay? So angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary because supplementary 1 and 2 are supplementary because they equal 180 degrees. And then it says angles A and B on your board has this, this, and this. And it has this angle, and this angle, and this angle, and this angle. And then this is D, this is A, B, and C. So it says this angle right here is 105 degrees. This angle right here is 75 degrees. And we will learn this later, but if it's across from here and it's the parallel shape, then this is the same and this is the same. Okay? So, angle A and B are supplementary. So A is the supplement of B because 105 degrees plus 75 degrees equals 180 degrees. So that is supplementary. So angle A and angle B are supplementary because they equal 180 degrees. So stick in your mind and memorize that complementary equals two angles that equal 90 degrees, and supplementary are two angles added together that equal 180 degrees. Just get those two in your mind. If you need to write it down and write out the definitions to help you remember, then that's a good idea. Okay, so what are they going to ask us? Those are two examples of how things are supplementary. Supplementary. Whew. So it asks us about this figure. Does it go all the way through? Yes, it does. And it goes all the way. Continue, because it has a line at the end. So this goes all the way, forever and ever. So this part's Q, and this little point is W. Then we have R, S, T. R, S, and T. Okay, now what's this asking? In the figure to the right, RWT is a right angle. So we know that RWT is a right angle. Well, it doesn't look very right angle to me. I know, I'm a perfectionist. That looks more better. T, that looks better. Okay, so we know that RWT is 90 degrees, okay? All of these angles right here are 90 degrees. Now what does it say? Which angle is the supplement of RWS? So, RWS supplement. What is the supplement of RWS? RWS. Can you figure it out without looking at the solution? So supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. So this is RWS. So we have this kind of angle. We don't know how much it is, but we do know that this line goes straight. So we do know that this line, QWR plus RWS, is completely straight. That means it equals 180. So the supplement of RWS is QWR because RWS added to this angle, QWR, equals 180 degrees because it's completely flat. It's 180 degrees. QWR. We don't know what the angles are specifically, but we know that they equal 180 degrees when you add them both together. Okay, let's try. What's the second one say? Which angle is the complement of RWS? So remember, complementary angles were the two angles that equal 90 degrees. And in the beginning of the thing, it said the figure RWT equals 90 degrees. And it's asking us what the complement of angle RWS. So what is the complement of RWS? So we have this angle right here. What we need two angles to equal 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. So this angle plus this angle equals 90 degrees. So RWS, what's the complement of RWS? We have angle RWS. The complement of RWS is SWT, because they both added together equal 90 degrees, because this whole thing is 90 degrees. So our complement is SWT or TWS. SWT. Get it? Yeah? Okay, we'll go to the next page. I think it just gave us the solution. But we will do the first A, number A of the practice set. Okay? Because we might need more practice on that. So this looks like the length of segment. And then we'll do one of the practice set that involves angles, okay? Just so we have it, so we know. So in the figure, the length, okay, so we have a length, looks like a line. Arrows, we know they go infinite either direction. Then we have point A, point B, and point C. Okay? And it says the length of AC, so the whole length from this point to this point is what? Is 60 millimeters. So from here to here is 60 millimeters. Okay? And then it says the length of BC is 26 millimeters. The length of BC from here to here is 26 millimeters. Okay. So the whole thing is 60. The short part right here from B to C is 26 millimeters. Oop, not meters, millimeters. Always forget that. But then it's asking us to find the length of AB. So another missing numbers. We don't know what this one is. So we have 60 plus what? I guess we shouldn't do it that way, huh? I guess you could. Minus this. So I will start with 26, because that's the one I know. 26 plus x equals the whole thing equals 60. So that's the number I know, 26 millimeters. The number I don't know, I'm just going to put x as my favorite letter, equals the whole thing, AC, is 60. So 26 plus what number equals 60? You could say 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3. You could do that, but a quicker way would be, what would you do? I would, if it was me, I would say 60 minus 26 would give me the missing number. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to borrow here, make this a 10. That is a 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. 3 plus 2 is 30. 3 plus 2 is 5. So I'm going to say 26 plus 34 equals 60. So I'm going to say x equals 34. Now, if I want to know perfectly if I'm correct or not, I can just correct myself. And I will say, well, let's see. Is 26 plus 34 equals 60? Let's see. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry it. 3, 5, 6. And it is. And so I corrected myself and I made sure that I was correct. Okay? Missing number problem. I like those a lot. All right, we'll do one of the angles examples from practice set. Number, let's see, how about number E? Name two angles in the figure at the right that appear to be supplementary. 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 So this figure looks like this, and then it has this down here, and then it has this as angle 1. This is angle 2. This is a right angle, noted by my little perfect square. And up top is 3. Angle 1, 2, 3. This is a big angle. This is kind of an acute angle, and this is an acute angle too. But we know this is 90. So what does it say? Name two angles in the figure at right that appear to be supplementary. Supplementary, do you remember what that was? Complementary was two angles that equaled 90 degrees. Supplementary was two angles that equaled, what is it? 180 degrees. Okay, so what are two angles within this figure that you think would equal 180 degrees? Remember, a flat line is 180 degrees because two 90 degrees angles together equals 180. So what two angles from this figure equals 180 degrees? Well, we have this one, angle 1, looks pretty big, and then we have angle 2, which is kind of small, but they equal a straight line. You see that? So those two are supplementary. No, yes, they appear to be supplementary. These two right here because it equals 180. Easy peasy. Is that it? How about two angles that appear to be complementary? That's harder. Do you see the two angles that appear to be complementary? Two angles that equal 90 degrees? And we did this kind of in an example. It's kind of the same thing. Because this angle plus this angle equals this. So angle 3 plus angle 2 equals 90 degrees. See that? I don't know if you see that. But if you go back to your examples in the very beginning, it'll tell you exactly. It said 60 degrees up here and 30 degrees up here equal the 90 degrees. Okay, so hopefully you get that. If not, you can rewind it or ask me any questions you need, okay?